So after lunch, I looked for Joseph Bush online. I figured with a middle initial Q and a starting point in Western Springs, a Chicago suburb, I might have some luck. I was wrong. I found a lot of Joes and Josephs with a Q and even with Quinn as a middle name. Too many of them were from genealogy sites, dead for years. Others were scattered across the country. I tried calling or emailing as many as I could, but by 3 p.m. I'd gotten nowhere. I managed to talk to a handful of people who had no idea what or who I was talking about, but nothing panned out. I had similar luck, or the lack thereof, with Anise Welch. Maybe she'd gotten married and changed her name. I'm used to striking out dozens of times or more, but this is never fun. With nothing else to do, Rachel and I went for a walk. As promised, she wore her cutoffs. I tried not to stare at her legs. We wore masks and gloves, and although we didn't stay 6 feet away from each other, we kept a decent distance from other people. Shoppers carrying grocery bags, joggers huffing and puffing, cyclists in the street, and the homeless guy in front of our local grocery store. I gave him $1, and we stopped in to buy vegetables, fruit, rice, and pasta, also beer. The sun was bright with a few clouds in the sky, a warmer day than usual, although the weather report said it would cool off tomorrow with rain. Welcome to springtime in Chicago. We rounded the block and started heading back home, paper shopping bags in our hands. Rachel breathed in as much fresh air as she could through her mask. This is nice. Yeah, I wanted to hold her hand, but that would have crowded the sidewalk too much. She held back, letting me walk ahead. I'd go first, but you'd just be staring at my butt. You know me too well. I laughed and Rachel laughed, and for a moment things were all right, even in the coronavirus-infested world. Then my phone buzzed. Unknown number. Maybe spam? I had to answer, just in case. Sorry. Tom Jurgen speaking. Jurgen, this is Joe Bush. What are you looking for me for? What the? I perched on the edge of a short iron fence. Is this Joseph Quinn Bush? You were at the University of Chicago 4 years ago? Yeah, that's me. What's going on? He didn't sound hostile, mostly puzzled. How did you get my number? Your email went to my cousin. It sounded kind of weird. Sorry, here's the thing. A woman walking a labradoodle glared at me through her wide sunglasses as I sat forward. There was a séance a couple of years ago. Do you remember that? Yeah. Bush paused. I remember that. Weird night. So what? Can I ask where you are right now? I live in LaGrange, another western suburb. With Anise, I'm a contractor. Not much work these days, so I'm home most of the time. Wait a minute. Anise Welch? Yeah, we live together. Okay. Great. Congratulations. Anyway, here's the thing. Halfway through my explanation, Bush shouted, Anise, come here. Rachel leaned next to me on the fence. A little too close for social distancing. But what the hell? I held the phone next to our ears. I didn't want to put it on speaker on a public sidewalk, as a sharp female voice came on the line. Yeah, what? What's going on? Miss Anise? I'm a private detective working for Marcus Keene. Yeah, Joe just told me. What is this? I read about Charmaine. We weren't great friends or anything, but I remember that night and... Well, that's when Joe and me... Anyway, what are you talking about? Rachel smirked. I tried to focus. I'm worried that somehow Azar is back, that demon. Do you? What? I dreamed about him last night, or something. I don't know, I've been having nightmares for a week. Joe can tell you. She wakes up all the time. Bush's voice was shaky. All sweaty, shouting, words. I can't even understand it. I thought she was just babbling, but sometimes it's like she's speaking in tongues. You know? And she doesn't remember any of it when she wakes up. I just did that one time. A long, tiny pause. Sorry for what I said, Joe. My skin felt cold. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Natalie McGinnis told me she's also had dreams about Azar. I don't know. Bush asked, what do we do? What the hell's going on? I don't know. I closed my eyes. Maybe sleep in separate rooms with the doors locked? Joe, have you been having nightmares too? No, I sleep fine, except for when Anise wakes me up. So the demon was targeting only females? But why now, after... All right, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to tell you. Just be careful. Bush groaned. Thanks. I guess. I'll be in touch. Rachel and I stood up. I grabbed my bag of groceries. Something's wrong. You think? She lifted a hand to punch my shoulder, but lowered it as a jogger ran past us. Wear a mask, asshole, she shouted. The jogger flipped his middle finger at us. Rachel laughed. Let's go home. So back in the apartment, I grabbed a Coke and sat down at my computer and tried to think of what to do. When Rachel came into the office, I turned. Hey, who was your friend who had seances? She rolled her eyes. Jasmine? Any chance you could find her or someone else who knows about seances? Rachel groaned. I have work to do. I'm sorry. I managed not to pound my fist on the desk. I'm just trying to save people's lives. We were both under a bit of stress from the lockdown. Okay, she glared. Give me a few minutes. But you're heating up dinner. I'll make sandwiches. I nodded. Fine. In the meantime, I started calling everyone on Marcus's list. Marcus first. Look, Natalie's had a dream about Azar, and so did Anise. I don't know what's going on. I'm just trying to contact everybody before something bad happens. Okay. Marcus sounded puzzled and nervous. I don't think I've had any nightmares lately. I'll ask my girlfriend. Is Anise all right? She's living with Joe Bush. So far, she's fine. Really? I always thought they didn't. He laughed. That's good, I guess. Glad they're okay. I called Warren Pierce after that. What do you mean it's back? I thought it was just a goof, just that one night, but he took a deep sniff. I don't know what to do. Let me know if you have any nightmares about the thing. Anytime, day or night. Right now, it only seems to be coming to the women in the group. That could change, but I didn't want to panic him. Okay, he caught his breath. Thanks for calling. Frank Starrett next. He was leaving for the day, and he thanked me for my warning, but he didn't sound very concerned. Natalie McGinnis after that. She was working late. Anise? Oh my God, is she all right? We were, well, not best friends, but wait. Nightmares about Azar? Like me? Apparently. Look, I'm concerned that the demon seems to be targeting women in their dreams. You, Anise, Charmaine. I bit my lip. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I'm looking into this. How do you know so much about demons and seances? Natalie was sobbing softly. I'm scared. Who are you? This is what I do. Sometimes I even save people. I've got some experience. Stay safe and I'll be in touch. Okay, she gulped. I thought this virus was the only thing I had to worry about. Yeah, I wiped my forehead. Me too.